Love is rarely expressed only through words. Often, the deepest feelings are revealed in subtle actions, quiet gestures, and consistent behavior. A man who is genuinely falling in love with you doesn't always announce it outright. Instead, he demonstrates his affection in ways that are noticeable if you pay attention. Understanding these signs can help you recognize the depth of his feelings before he ever verbalizes them, giving you insight into his emotional investment and intentions. When a man's emotions are growing stronger, his behavior begins to reflect his attachment and care. He doesn't just enjoy your company. He actively thinks about your happiness, notices your moods, and adjusts his actions to make you feel valued. These behaviors are often consistent, showing that his feelings are not fleeting but steadily increasing over time. From remembering small details about you to prioritizing your comfort and well-being, his actions reveal a quiet yet powerful devotion that words alone cannot convey. Emotional investment is reflected not only in the big gestures but also in the subtle, everyday moments. He will find ways to spend time with you, even when life is busy, and initiate conversations just to stay connected. He listens with focus and remembers what matters to you, demonstrating empathy and attentiveness. He may even open up about his own vulnerabilities, showing that he trusts you and sees you as an integral part of his life. These actions build trust, intimacy, and a deeper emotional bond over time, laying the foundation for a meaningful and lasting relationship. Recognizing these signs is important because they indicate genuine affection and commitment. A man's growing love is not always loud or dramatic. It is often quiet, consistent, and patient. By observing how he acts, how he prioritizes you, expresses care, or seeks closeness, you can see the pattern of his emotions clearly. Each gesture, no matter how small, is a reflection of his feelings and a glimpse into how much he values the connection you share. In this guide, we will explore 12 signs that a man's feelings for you are getting stronger than ever. From constant thoughts about you and subtle displays of affection to acts of care and openness about his future, these behaviors reveal his deepening emotional attachment. Understanding these signs will help you identify authentic interest, appreciate the emotional depth of your connection, and gain clarity on his intentions before he ever expresses them verbally. By the end, you will be able to spot the ways love manifests quietly, yet powerfully, in a man who is genuinely falling for you. 1. He thinks about you constantly. One of the most telling signs that a man's feelings are deepening is that you occupy his thoughts almost constantly. When someone is truly emotionally invested, your presence lingers in his mind, even when you are not physically together. He recalls conversations you've had, remembers little details about your life, and mentally checks in on your well-being throughout the day. This isn't just casual thinking. It's a subconscious reflection of how much he values you and how important your happiness has become to him. Thinking about you constantly also influences his behavior and decision-making. He considers your preferences, moods, and reactions when planning his day or making choices. For example, he might choose activities or events where he knows he could see you or consider things that would make your life easier. These thoughts are often quiet and internal. He may not always voice them, but they shape the way he interacts with the world around you. Another key aspect of this behavior is the emotional energy it requires. Constantly thinking about someone is not just a fleeting moment. It indicates that he is emotionally invested. He is processing memories, anticipating future interactions, and imagining shared experiences. This mental engagement deepens emotional attachment, creating a foundation for stronger feelings and more meaningful connection over time. In essence, a man who thinks about you constantly is not doing so casually. It's a reflection of his growing love, investment, and care. It shows that you are significant to him, and these internal thoughts often translate into actions that reinforce his feelings, creating a natural progression from emotional attachment to deeper affection. 2. He makes time for you no matter how busy he is. Another strong sign that a man's feelings are intensifying is that he makes a consistent effort to spend time with you, regardless of his schedule. Life can be hectic, filled with work, commitments, and responsibilities, but when someone genuinely cares, they find ways to prioritize your presence. This doesn't always mean grand gestures or elaborate plans. Even small, intentional moments of connection, like sending a message, joining you for a quick coffee, or staying a bit longer during a meetup, reflect his deepening emotional commitment. Making time for you shows that you are a priority in his life. It demonstrates that he values the relationship and sees your presence as meaningful, even in the smallest interactions. This behavior is especially telling when contrasted with his interactions with others. While he may be busy or unavailable for casual acquaintances, he consciously carves out time for you because your connection matters more than mere convenience. Additionally, the effort to be present consistently strengthens trust and emotional security. It sends a clear, unspoken message. You are important, and he is willing to invest his time and energy to nurture the bond. Over time, this reliability becomes a cornerstone of emotional attachment, as you begin to recognize that his feelings are genuine, consistent, and growing stronger. Ultimately, when a man makes time for you despite his busy life, it's more than just a polite gesture. It's a direct reflection of his deepening affection. It shows he is emotionally invested, prioritizes your relationship, and is gradually sinking deeper into love. 3. He listens to you more attentively than before. Listening attentively is one of the most powerful ways a man can demonstrate that his feelings are intensifying. When he listens with focus, he is not merely hearing your words. He is absorbing your emotions, noticing your nuances, and understanding your perspective. This heightened attention reflects his growing emotional investment, as he values not only what you say but also how you feel. A man who listens more attentively than before will remember past conversations, follow up on your concerns, and respond thoughtfully. He may notice subtle cues like changes in your tone, body language, or mood, and tailor his reactions accordingly. This deep level of attention demonstrates empathy, care, and a desire to connect on an emotional level. It's also a way for him to ensure you feel seen, heard, and valued, which strengthens intimacy and trust. Attentive listening often leads to a stronger bond because it fosters open communication and emotional security. You start to feel comfortable sharing more personal thoughts and experiences, knowing he is genuinely engaged and invested. This attentiveness also signals that he is prioritizing your relationship and gradually deepening his emotional attachment. In short, when a man listens to you more attentively than before, it's a clear indicator that his feelings are growing stronger. Through active engagement, empathy, and thoughtful responses, he shows that he cares deeply, values your connection, and is slowly sinking deeper into love, long before any verbal confession. 4. He remembers the small details about you. One of the clearest signs that a man's feelings are growing stronger is his ability to remember the small, seemingly insignificant details about you. These are not just surface-level observations like your favorite color or hobby. They extend to subtle preferences, your quirks, past stories, and even things you might have mentioned casually. Remembering these details demonstrates that he is actively listening, paying attention, and mentally storing information that he values. When a man recalls minor details about your life, it shows thoughtfulness and genuine interest. For example, he might ask how a project you mentioned went, remember your favorite snack, or follow up on something you are anxious about. These actions signal that you are consistently on his mind and that he cares about your experiences. It also subtly communicates that he values you as an individual, not just as someone he enjoys spending time with. This behavior also builds emotional intimacy. By acknowledging and acting on the details he remembers, he shows reliability and attentiveness, which fosters trust. You feel understood, appreciated, and validated, which naturally deepens your emotional bond. Over time, these small acts of memory and consideration reflect a consistent pattern of growing attachment and affection. In short, a man who remembers the small details about you is demonstrating that his feelings are evolving from casual interest to deeper emotional investment. Every detail he recalls is a quiet signal of love and attentiveness, revealing that you matter significantly in his life. 5. He initiates conversations frequently. A man whose feelings are intensifying will make a consistent effort to initiate conversations with you. This behavior is about more than just casual chatting. It reflects his desire to maintain connection, stay engaged, and be a part of your daily life. Initiating conversations can range from sending a simple text to sharing stories, asking questions about your day, or commenting on something you both enjoy. Frequent initiation shows that he prioritizes communication and wants to strengthen the emotional bond. He seeks opportunities to connect, even in small ways, because your presence and thoughts matter to him. It also demonstrates patience and care, as he balances showing interest without being overbearing. Over time, this consistent effort communicates reliability and emotional investment, two key indicators of deepening feelings. Additionally, initiating conversations helps him learn more about you, your moods, preferences, and aspirations. It allows him to be attentive and responsive, showing that he not only enjoys your company but also values your opinions and experiences. His willingness to start these interactions reflects curiosity, care, and growing attachment. In essence, when a man frequently initiates conversations, it's a silent declaration of affection. He is signaling interest, investment, and a desire to maintain closeness, which indicates that his feelings are steadily deepening. 6. He shows consistent acts of care and support. Another unmistakable sign that a man is falling deeper in love is his consistent display of care and support. This is not about sporadic gestures. It's a pattern of behavior where he goes out of his way to make your life easier, happier, or more comfortable. From helping with tasks to offering advice, being present during stressful times, or providing emotional encouragement, these acts reflect his investment in your well-being. Consistency is key. Occasional help or support may indicate politeness or friendliness, but repeated, thoughtful actions show true interest. When a man is emotionally invested, he looks for ways to demonstrate that he is reliable and that you can depend on him. He notices when you struggle and responds proactively, signaling that he prioritizes your needs and happiness. These acts of care also strengthen emotional connection. By supporting you consistently, he builds trust and demonstrates attentiveness to your emotions and circumstances. This pattern of support quietly communicates his feelings, showing that he is committed to nurturing the relationship and deepening intimacy. In short, a man who consistently shows care and support is revealing a profound emotional investment. His actions speak louder than words, conveying love, reliability, and a deepening bond that grows stronger over time. 7. He becomes more protective of you. One of the strongest signs that a man's feelings are growing deeper is when he starts displaying protective behavior. This isn't about being controlling or overbearing. It's about wanting to ensure your safety, comfort, and well-being. A man who is falling in love often instinctively looks out for you, noticing potential risks or challenges and stepping in when needed. Whether it's physically assisting you in tricky situations, speaking up for you in conversations, or offering guidance, these actions show that he cares on a fundamental level. Protection also has an emotional dimension. He may pay close attention to situations where you might feel vulnerable or stressed and respond in ways that ease your anxiety. By providing reassurance and creating a sense of safety, he communicates that your happiness and security matter deeply to him. This behavior reflects emotional investment because it requires empathy, attentiveness, and consistent care. Subtle protective gestures, like walking on the side of the street closer to traffic, helping carry heavy items, or quietly intervening when he senses discomfort, indicate that he is emotionally tuned into your needs. These small yet meaningful actions create a feeling of trust and intimacy, signaling that his attachment to you is growing stronger. Ultimately, when a man becomes more protective, it is a clear sign that he is emotionally invested. His instinct to safeguard you demonstrates deepening affection, care, and a desire to nurture the relationship over time. This protective instinct reflects love expressed through action, often before any words of commitment are spoken. 8. He shares his future plans, including you. A man whose feelings are deepening will naturally begin incorporating you into his future plans. This can range from casual mentions of upcoming events, trips, or goals to more significant conversations about long-term aspirations. By including you in his vision of the future, he signals that he sees a role for you in his life, which reflects commitment, emotional investment, and growing affection. Sharing future plans is more than casual conversation. It demonstrates trust and vulnerability. He is allowing you to envision a life together, even in small ways, which strengthens emotional intimacy. For example, he might say, "I want to take you to this place next month," or discuss ideas that align your interests, goals, or schedules. These gestures show that he values your presence and wants you to be part of his journey. Additionally, including you in his plans communicates seriousness. It indicates that he isn't thinking of you as a temporary presence, but as someone he genuinely wants to share experiences, milestones, and memories with. This forward-thinking behavior reflects the deepening of his feelings, as he begins to imagine a shared future where you play an integral role. In essence, when a man shares his future plans with you in mind, it is a silent yet powerful indicator of love. It shows trust, commitment, and the desire to grow the relationship, signaling that his emotional investment is steadily increasing. 9. He expresses jealousy in subtle ways. Jealousy, when expressed subtly and thoughtfully, is often a sign of deepening feelings. A man who is falling in love may notice interactions you have with others and feel protective or concerned. But instead of overreacting, he conveys his feelings in small, controlled ways. Subtle jealousy can manifest through questions about your day, curiosity about your social interactions, or moments where he seeks reassurance without creating conflict. This behavior reflects emotional attachment because it shows that he values the connection and is invested in preserving it. Subtle jealousy is not about insecurity. It's an indicator that he cares deeply about your attention, feelings, and the exclusivity of your bond. When handled maturely, it demonstrates that his emotions are becoming stronger, and he is attentive to anything that could affect the relationship. Furthermore, subtle jealousy often motivates him to express affection, attention, or extra care, reinforcing the emotional bond. It allows him to navigate his feelings responsibly, showing that he is aware of the depth of his attraction and is willing to protect the relationship in thoughtful ways. In short, when a man expresses jealousy in subtle ways, it signals that his feelings are intensifying. These controlled responses reveal care, emotional attachment, and a growing sense of love that he may not yet fully verbalize but clearly demonstrates through his actions and attentiveness. 10. He prioritizes your happiness over his own. One of the most powerful indicators that a man's feelings are deepening is when he begins to prioritize your happiness over his own. This doesn't mean he sacrifices himself entirely, but rather that he genuinely considers your needs, comfort, and satisfaction in his decisions. A man falling deeper in love naturally seeks ways to make you feel valued and content, whether through small gestures, thoughtful actions, or emotional support. Prioritizing your happiness can manifest in everyday scenarios. He may choose to spend time with you even when he has other plans, adjust his schedule to accommodate yours, or make efforts to ease your stress. These actions are deliberate and stem from a genuine desire to enhance your well-being. By doing so, he demonstrates that your joy matters to him, reflecting deep emotional investment and attachment. This behavior also strengthens the emotional bond. When a man consistently shows that he is attentive to your happiness, it fosters trust, security, and intimacy. You begin to recognize that his interest is not superficial. He is emotionally invested in your life and experiences. This selflessness, rooted in care rather than obligation, signals that his love is growing steadily and authentically. In essence, when a man prioritizes your happiness over his own, it is a profound reflection of his deepening affection. It shows attentiveness, thoughtfulness, and emotional maturity, highlighting that his love for you is not only present but steadily intensifying. 11. He opens up about his vulnerabilities. A man who begins to open up about his vulnerabilities is showing one of the clearest signs of deepening love. Sharing personal fears, insecurities, or past experiences requires trust and emotional courage. By revealing his inner world, he is signaling that he values your presence, respects your judgment, and sees you as a safe space for intimacy. Opening up is an important marker of emotional connection. When he discusses challenges, dreams, or personal struggles, he allows you to understand his character, priorities, and emotional depth. This transparency strengthens trust, as it demonstrates that he is willing to be authentic and vulnerable with you. Vulnerability fosters intimacy, allowing a relationship to grow beyond superficial attraction into a meaningful emotional bond. Men often share vulnerabilities selectively, choosing moments when they feel safe and connected. The very act of confiding in you, even in small ways, reflects his increasing attachment and willingness to include you in his emotional world. It's a quiet yet powerful expression of love that precedes verbal declarations. In short, when a man opens up about his vulnerabilities, it signals that his feelings are evolving. His willingness to be emotionally transparent shows trust, deep care, and the desire to create a meaningful, lasting connection with you. 12. He shows physical and emotional affection more often. Physical and emotional affection is a direct reflection of deepening feelings. A man whose love is growing will naturally seek ways to express closeness, comfort, and warmth. Physical affection may include gentle touches, hugs, holding hands, or subtle gestures of care, while emotional affection involves kind words, reassurance, active listening, and consistent support. This behavior indicates that he values connection and seeks to strengthen intimacy in both tangible and intangible ways. When he expresses affection more frequently, it shows attentiveness to your needs and responsiveness to your emotions. His actions create a sense of security and closeness, allowing the relationship to deepen naturally. Additionally, increased affection demonstrates his emotional investment. He is willing to express his feelings through actions, signaling attachment and desire to nurture the relationship. This consistency of affectionate behavior reinforces trust and comfort, making you feel cherished and valued. In essence, a man who shows both physical and emotional affection more often is signaling that his love is intensifying. Through his gestures, he communicates care, attachment, and commitment, showing that his feelings for you are growing stronger every day.